I don't want to come across as a conspiracy theorist, but it does make sense why most ultra-processed foods, for example, don't contain protein or enough protein or bioavailable protein, because those junk food manufacturers obviously want you to eat and overeat their products and still be hungry.
Yes.
And reach out for more. It makes sense, right? That
very,
there's
very
protein
difficult.
in any of those granola bars, and I was advised to eat those for breakfast as a type 1 diabetic, because I started intermittent fasting in the year 2000. I always joke to my friends that the last time I actually had a morning meal, a breakfast was in the year 1999, last millennium. I haven't had breakfast since then. And when I mentioned it to my GP, she said, no, just you must have something because you're type 1 diabetic. You must just have a granola bar. And I mean, there are 40 grams of sugar in a granola bar or one of those cereal bars. It was just, and I couldn't stomach anything in the morning. So I just decided not to take my bolus insulin for the morning and not to eat. It just made sense to me. Even 23 years ago, it made sense to me. I don't understand why, more people haven't gone. But I think there is a change. There is a big wave of change now. More and more people are aware of lower carbohydrate diets and the benefits of the ketogenic diet. Except my
yes, and I think also with intermittent fasting as well, I think there's there's more and more research coming out now, the benefits from the intermittent fasting. And I think the message, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's being, and I think that was probably generally kind of came about by the cereal companies who obviously want to sell cereal for people to eat first thing in the morning. And what we know is that as we're waking in the morning, then our body releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone. And that stress hormone tells our liver to release glucose into the circulation. So even if we don't eat in the morning, our body's being fed by this kind of glucose being released into our circulation. So, we don't need to have breakfast first thing in the morning. And we tend to say to people, if you love breakfast and you enjoy it, fine, eat it. But if you are only having breakfast because you think that it's a requirement and you need to have it, and you're almost forcing yourself to eat breakfast and you're not enjoying it, then don't eat it. Just break your overnight fast when you start to feel hungry. And people go, oh, brilliant. There's often, so if they've been trying to have breakfast for years and not enjoying it, they are so relieved to know that they don't need to. And another myth is when people say, I've been told to eat small and frequent. Why? Because that just keeps the insulin levels up. So, we really say to people, reduce snacks or cut them out altogether. They're really, really not required, because when people have a snack, it's very rarely a healthy snack. Most snacks are protein poor. And it's very, very difficult to overeat on protein, isn't it? So if people only have like 2 or 3 main meals a day and they base that meal on the veggies and the protein, then their health is going to be an awful lot better. And they're going to save some pennies as well, because how much does snack food cost? A lot.